the Earth is slightly heavier than the other side of the Earth due to the density of the material as it cools over time. The other side of the Earth, the Atlantic, for instance, you don't see as much molten material coming up, and you don't see as many volcanoes. But if you go to Iceland, you can see that area is all connected to that mid-Atlantic rift, which is spreading open. So there's volcanic activity going on this side of the Earth also. But it's my opinion that the volcanic gas material kind of is in front of the heavier matter as we spin around the Earth. So one side of the Earth has more of a gaseous interior, and the other side has more of a solid interior. And you have all that molten material, similar to a bowling ball. How they get them to make them curve because they weight them, offset their weights. That's exactly what the Earth is. It's an offset weight. It's not perfectly balanced. It allows us to kind of spin on an axis and then precess on that axis when an external force is applied. But because the water vapor is essentially coming from the Pacific, which is very warm, the dawn of the ice age is upon us. Uh, you compound that with an axial shift and the bubble shifting, where the northern hemisphere becomes the southern hemisphere, and the cold air from the southern hemisphere covers the northern hemisphere. We see that that's what, in fact, has happened already since March of 2010. So what we're doing now, or what I'm doing now in my research, is trying to find identifying objects that may be the culprit. We know that it happens in cycles, and approximately what day uh, it's at its closest orbit to us. Therefore, you don't need to see it. It could be just a gaseous material, but most likely there's solid matter in there also. So the density of the object or the system of objects is enough to cause the sun to interact with it. And, as Land's law states, these are opposing forces. As these two objects come closer together, induction. In the movie 2012, they said neutrinos are part of that matter that hangs out in the vacuum of space. That the neutral energy, or the negative energy of the universe, the entire concept. But as long as you know a few principles, then you get an understanding how induction works and how volcanic activity is associated with expansion and increase in flux gravity, and even possibly neutral energy that penetrates the Earth, that heats up the core, and then the external energy, the energy that comes from the ionosphere that reaches the Earth, either by aurora effects or by discharge, because of the shift in the axis and the increase in spin. Once again, as we enter Mars.